This is my dog here, Mr. Harvey. He is an adopted dog. A rescue organization found him, and the moment I went to go visit him, he peed on me and fell asleep in my arms. So I knew that I had to have him.
The order goes, Harley, my kids, my husband, the cat, kind of in that order. But don't ask them that, they'll get offended.
When we look at an animal and it is a healthy animal and is happy and it is contagious, it is impossible not to be infected by their happiness.
The bond is that special relationship between a person and a pet. As we begin to let them in and they reflect to us a little bit about who we are, I feel like they can help us become better people.
Once upon a time, there was no such thing as dog daycare. More companies are becoming pet-friendly. There are more restaurants and establishments and hotels that are pet-friendly, so you can bring your pet with you when you decide to go on vacation. So there are a lot of different things that are developing that, a lot of times people just need to know what those things are to understand how they can be a good pet owner.
The human-animal bond has obviously grown over the history of humankind, but I think it's not that it has grown recently, it's that we have become more aware of it recently.
Everybody knows the human-animal bond is so important to us. What we need to know is there's truly science behind it. One thing they've looked at is the amount of oxytocin, or the cuddling hormone, that is in the blood of pet owners after they've played with their dogs or cats, and it goes up. They've also looked at cortisol, or the stress hormone, when they interact with their pets, and that goes down. And what does that produce? Just an overall feeling of euphoria. So there's actual science behind the human-animal bond.
A therapy dog is really about being there and allowing people to pet them and just having a great time with a dog, and like I said, just kind of forgetting where they are just for a moment.
Brightens your day because having an animal come in is a distraction in the hospital, and it's like a piece of outside coming in, and so it's very nice.
A service dog works for one person only, and the most common example of that would be the guide dog for someone who is blind.
We've learned that about 20,000 service animals are active in the U.S. today. About 50,000 therapy teams are active today. But there are 74 million pet families with pets that have a lot of magic to give.
There are many proven studies out there that show that families are more closely knitted together when they have a pet in the family. And also just, opening your heart emotionally and teaching things like love, unconditional love, and loyalty.
I think that animals adds to your personality, and it gives you another dimension as an individual. And it is curious because the way your pet behaves, the way you interact with your dog, the times you take him for a walk, it begins to define you. It is important because it creates a bond between people and their pets, but somehow it also creates a bond between people and people.
Every person is unique, every animal is unique, and naturally every bond will be unique.
I think the human-animal bond boils down to just a simple word, which is just connection. I think the connection that you make with your pet is almost unexplainable. Like you can't put your finger on exactly why it's so magical.
You can tell a strength of society by the way they treat their animals. And I think that kind of encapsulates what we can learn about each other and about the way we treat each other by the tenderness, warmth, and affection we treat those who are defenseless.